These puppies are 9 weeks old. And I've just got them out so that they can wander around, explore, get used to the farm. Be happy, healthy puppies. There are 5 left. What do you think about those cows? 5 of the original 7. 2 of whom I'm committed to keeping. Maple, the brown one, and Ficus, that one right there. You guys getting in trouble? Hey, Arnold. They are doing well. Happy, healthy pups. Found some wool. Now they'll chase each other around and see who can hide the wool. We got a lot of time before that sun goes down. Plenty of playtime. All right, don't eat the wool, just play with it. We got rain less than a ½ inch about a week ago, and that's the only rain that we've had in about 9 weeks now. We don't have any rain in the forecast for the next week, so we're looking at 2 months with less than a ½ inch of rain that only came once. Everything is extremely dry here. Puppies, puppies, puppies. Puppies, puppies. Yeah, you guys came when you're called. Good job, good job. Ooh, tornadoes and destruction's no good either. Hopefully everybody's all right. Puppies, puppies, puppies. Ficus. Come on, come on, come on. Good boy, good boy. We just banded our bulls yesterday, so they're laying down, not real happy about it. Hi, girl. I don't know if you can see in there, but they've each got a black band around the top of their scrotum. They will soon be steers. Gotta get those pups used to the farm life. They're taking samples of all the different manure. So far they seem preferential to horse manure. They find those road apples and They drag them around and play with them. Puppies. Hey. Come on. That sounds pretty intense too. This is the first time I can remember in our area having a do not burn order. It's pretty typical out in Colorado. But for our area here, for it to be so dry that they're advising everyone not to burn, that's not something we usually get here. Don't you hit that hotline. You're gonna learn real quick. Puppies! I told you. Come here. I told you, that fence is hot. It's scary, isn't it? Did you learn? Did you learn? Yeah, we have a well here at the farm. In the pond out back, in case I'm desperate, we lose power for a long time, I can always go get buckets of water out back and then filter it through my Berkey. The issue with the well as far as irrigating here is I don't have the water pressure to run more than one sprinkler. What's up, Elton? Trying to adjust this tripod real quick. Make it a little easier for me to hold. There we go. Puppies, puppies. Let's go check out some more stuff. All right. Maple, come on, buddy. He says, no, I just got hit by that electric fence. I'm gonna lay down. That was pretty scary, huh? Hi, Ficus. Oh, it's got to be a few million gallons in that pond. It's about 20 feet deep. Maybe half to 3/4 of an acre. Spring fed, so it usually stays pretty full. The only issues I have with keeping the level where I want it is sometimes the dam leaks. And so if the dam's leaking, it drains back down to its original level. Come on, pups, let's go check out the garden. Puppies, 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 puppies. Good puppies. Good puppies. So we have been watering the garden. We've got our new bluebird. I have a, what is it, like a 3 horsepower semi trash pump with a big fire hose. I could do that, but I'm just doing the rotational grazing so that they're not burning the fields down too low. Hoping for rain in the areas where the grass has been allowed to grow and hasn't been grazed or cut. It's really not doing all that bad. I can take you out there and show you the fields after we do the garden. But these are our new blueberry bushes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Already got some blueberries going. And this year I'm doing my cucumbers in pots so that it's easier for me to weed around them. So we've got cucumbers on both sides of the trellis here, and I'll try and train them again this year up the trellis. This trellis here is going to be beans. I've got the beans, I'm starting the beans in trays to transplant into these pots. We've got tomato, 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 tomato. And all these through here are pumpkins. Let's see, we've got Howden pumpkins. See how these go. Hey, easy on my pumpkins. On this mound on the other side, this year we're doing watermelon. Thank you for your help, puppy. Well, I'm gonna see how it goes. Last year was the first year I've had any success with watermelon. But I've got a whole 3 rows of them. Then I've got some more tomato plants. All the weeds. What I did this year to try and slow down my weeds is I used these tarps and I tarped everything. So all of this that's not covered in weeds was covered in tarp all spring. And I didn't remove the tarp until I was ready to plant. And now the tallest of these potato plants are potatoes that got left in the ground from last year. And they were growing underneath the tarp. So when I pulled the tarp off, there were a bunch of yellow stalks, and it took about 2 days for them to turn green and grow leaves on them once I removed the tarp. And then the smaller potato plants in between are where I planted new potatoes in the gaps that were left. So that actually worked out really well by accident, because I must have just missed a bunch of potatoes when I was harvesting last year. And so far this has worked out really well. And I'm also this year, instead of using the tripod sprinkler, I'm using soaker hoses so that the water is only going where I want it to go, instead of watering all the weeds around everything. Come on, puppies. Puppies, puppies, puppies. Hi, Ficus. buddy. Oh, you guys found a fresh horse turd, huh? Our pea gravel pit and our sand pit, both of which Grayson loves to play in. We come around to the lettuce beds. Most of my lettuce is bolting and spinach. But I'll just let everything go to seed and just keep seeding this box until this is just a solid bed of lettuce. And this is arugula that's gone to seed. Here's a giant kale that's gone to seed. Look at all the seed pods on it. So I've got some lettuce down here. This one looks good, it's not bolted. Bunch of different varieties of lettuce down in here. Got sage that I transplanted here. This is lamb's quarter that just grows up on its own everywhere. So I got plenty of lamb's quarter. This one is rosemary. Got 2 rosemary. Then my basils are all going to seed already too. Got 3 lemon basils. And then I've got 2 sweet basils. I believe this here is some wild lettuce. You can see the so there's a stand of wild lettuce there. And that comes up. I've got some in the other bed too. So there are wild lettuce plants. Are you guys chasing that duck? I think you can. I'm not the expert when it comes to wild edibles yet, but I think in small doses you can eat it. Otherwise, it might give you a stomach ache if you eat a whole bunch of it. Probably because of the whatever that lactuca is that's in it. Too much of that probably gives you a tummy ache. Don't quote me on it, but that's just... Hey, puppies! No road. Look at this raspberry patch in a drought. I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to walk in there to harvest. You see there's 2 varieties, an early variety and a late variety. The early varieties already getting berries. But these are all, I mean, there's some that are 6 foot tall in here. And then our chicks have grown up, feathered out. Probably another month, month and a half, and they'll start laying. Probably about time I can remove the divider. They're big enough to kind of hold their own now against the other chickens if necessary. And they've been next to each other for long enough that I think it'll be okay to mix them now. Hey, chickens. Had 100% success with those. We didn't lose any chicks. Looks like we did lose a chicken today, though. To what, I do not know. That's a sad discovery. Just noticed that. But that's why we bought replacement birds, because these birds are getting older. What do you think, pups? Something I noticed with the with it being as dry as it is, the fruit trees, like this apple here, it's got little apples on it, but it's just all the leaves are crispy and small. Howdy, unacceptable. The mulberries that we've been picking, Grayson was eating mulberries all day. Looks like I'm dropping connection here. Yeah, things are going well, Elton. Hope you're doing well too, buddy. Just taking the pups around and doing a farm walk. Peaches on the peach tree. Also kind of small. The first year we've ever had plums. Just a couple of them. Let's see if I can find one. Aren't very many. Don't tell me they fell off. Oh, here's a plum. So first year we've had a plum. More peaches. This tree's always prolific. The roses are doing well. Oh, wish you guys could smell that. Oh yeah, your breath smells like manure. Those are very fragrant too. I like these ones. I like my roses. Looks like my dogs dug out my lavender plant. Now over here in this corner is one of our 3 or 4 mulberry trees. You can see how tiny the fruits are this year. Still tasty. But last year they were real big. Hi, puppies. Lilies. Puppies, puppies, puppies. Sounds like one's. Oh, did you get locked in there? I'll come get you. He got himself locked back in his pen. Puppies, puppies. You're doing a good job of following. All right, good job, puppies. Ow. We gotta go get your brother. Grayson's house. He's got his chair and his ball and his windows. I'm coming. Here you go. Oh, we haven't figured that out. He will be 4 in August. We haven't talked about school yet. So we'll see how that goes. All right, everybody ready? Ash, 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 get out of there. Come on. Get out of there. All right, if you're gonna stay in there, you're gonna stay in there. All right, you go in there too. put these guys back for a minute so I can walk out and look for the new calf. Ash, you gotta stay in there. I don't know if you can see it, but Ash has about a 9-inch cut on her side there. She had to have 4 layers of stitches. What up, Pyramid? She was cut all the way down into the deep muscle. And so she's got 3 layers of disposable stitches underneath the outer stitching. But she doesn't seem to be bothered by it that much, which is the crazy thing. My best guess as to what happened is she chased a rabbit under the barbed wire fence and got hung up in it. I haven't used the hyperbaric chamber in a while. It's still in the house, still ready to go, and I wouldn't mind getting in it. I've just been extremely busy keeping up with everything here, keeping up with Grayson, who is moving and shaking nonstop. And so I just have not committed the time to sit down in that chamber and turn it on in a while. However, I'm still feeling great. So it definitely helped do the magic I needed it to do to get me back to where I could take care of this place and function again. Once I get down to this gate here, I can hop over and show you the difference in the pasture from where the animals have been, where I've moved them off of, and where they haven't been at all. Got some asparagus growing out here. Nice. Wild asparagus. Have to remember that in the spring. Thanks for stopping in, Rose. It's always good to see you. Alright, so this here has already been grazed once. I did like one long strip, and I just kept moving them every day in one strip. I just put the puppies up for my walk out here with the cows. I'm looking for the new calf. So this has come back, even without rain, has come back pretty well. Obviously this is the alley that they've been traveling, so where they've been and had access to and not been taken, this hasn't been given any rest. It's just nothing but dry dirt and crowns. So we had a calf born this morning that I saw with his mom nursing, but then I haven't been able to find the calf since, and I'm assuming that it probably wandered underneath this electric fence and is laying down in the taller, cooler grass somewhere. But we'll go back with the cows and see if we can't find it. So that's a pretty good stand even without any rain and having already been grazed once. And here's where they've been grazing. Yeah, quest. The calf quest. So we're looking for a little baby white calf. There's a white one with brown on it out here that is about a week old. And then we've got a white one somewhere that's solid white that was born this morning. I see all the cows. I see the first calf. Still don't see that second calf. Hi, cows. Where's that extra baby? One of the tan cows, that one, or the one in the back there, was the mother. Let's see if I can get behind you and tell. Yeah, I see your calf's with you. Yep, it's this cow's the mom. So where's your baby? And she's a first-time mom, so she was doing a good job. She was looking for her calf all over the place and letting it nurse this morning. But we need you to find her now so that I know she's still good. My guess is the calf walked to the farthest corner, probably over there where there's shade, and laid down. Or it's in the tall grass, somewhere back there where you'd never find it till you stepped on it. Hi, cows. Coming through. I know if I get close to wherever it is, the mama cow usually will start acting a little agitated. So if I'm getting close, she'll cue me in on it. What I want to make sure is that the calf stayed within the perimeter fencing and isn't outside the perimeter, where it's harder for the calf to get back in and it's easier for the coyotes to find it. I think I might see it. No? Yeah, you see she's getting a little bit more rowdy. I'm gonna hop over this hotline here and investigate. Think I found her. Right there. Please be well. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, hi. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to scare you. Hi. Whoa, you're feisty. You're feisty. Little heifer. Mission accomplished. And there goes Mom, making sure she's okay. Well, there's definitely a lot of life in that calf. So that's 2 heifers. All right. She's back with Mom and taking a drink. That's awesome. That's what we want to see. Mission success. So I'll back out and leave them alone. You can see this has only had a week of recovery on this side. This has had almost a month of recovery on this side. Lots of clover. Good deal. Man, I don't know if you guys saw that, but she put her head down and came right to me. A feisty little girl. Now, we were ready to move the cows across the street. We're out of grazing over here. So we were intending to move the cows across the street today. It didn't happen because I had Grayson here and it was too hard to keep track of him and move the cows. So tomorrow, he's with his mom and our plan was to move the cows across the street. Now with the new calf, that might make things a little more interesting. We were hoping to get the cows across the street before the new calves came. And then they could spend a month or a month and a half over there with their new calves before we had to bring them back across the street. So we'll see tomorrow. I'll just have to get a feel for whether or not the calf is going to stick with its mom for a move, or if the calf is going to run the opposite way like it just did, which is typical with the really young calves, at least in my experience. With the really young calves, they'll run the opposite way when you're trying to move them. Then they'll hunker down and hide in a corner and wait for mom to come back to them. In which case I have all but 1 or 2 of the cows go across the street, and then I end up with cows on both sides of the street running in circles trying to get them all on the same side. So we'll see. Worst case scenario, I can start a second pass on some of this grazing until the calves are old enough that I'm confident we can make that move without stressing them too much. But I'm really happy. I mean, this, hard to see, this is waist high. And it's really tough to get grass waist high when it's this dry out here. So I am pretty impressed with the recovery on this field, despite not having any rain. Just using the rotational grazing management. Beautiful evening. I have an entourage. They think I'm gonna move them to some fresh grazing. It's good to have well-trained cows. Yeah, I know. I'm tricking you this time. Get a drink. There, I led you to water. Nice looking cow. I'm happy with you. Good job being you. You too. Oh look, even the little calf came up with us. With her mama. It's good news. If she'll stick with mom and we can get mom to move, we might be able to pull off this cattle drive tomorrow. Hi. No, not today. Oh, I hear you. Oh. Good work, cows. Haven't gotten any of these garden beds planted this year. Got one cleaned out and prepped for planting. Maybe do a fall planting in there. I'm thinking about doing some strawberries in some of those beds. Grayson loves strawberries. Let's see. Still have a couple of limping goats. Been dealing with that for months now. Tried treating them, trimming them. Handy little gate latch. You just can't decide which foot you want to pick up. You see in the back, if I can hold this with all these goats in my face. Stop, stop. There's a little bit of infection in between the toes, but not very much. But then she has this scabbing in the back of her hoof right here. I just can't get that stuff to go away. All right. Now we messed with the sheep yesterday. They're gonna run away from me because we just caught them up yesterday and did some hoof trimming. You see that ewe there has triplets with her. That one's got twins. She's really lame. So we're really trying to get these foot issues figured out on the sheep and goats. Been working on them, just still having some problems with them. There's twins with this lamb, or twins with this ewe here. Haven't tried talc, been using zinc sulfate. And then we just treated some of them with LA 200. But my guess is we probably have about 35 lambs out there now. Maybe even more than that. We had 45 ewes. This has been our toughest year with sheep. Manuka honey. As a topical? But in years past, we've been bragging about how sheep have been so easy for us. And we haven't had any issues with the sheep. Well, that's what I get for saying that. Because this year we've lost 10 lambs and 3 ewes. LA 200 is a injectable antibiotic. It goes sub-Q for systemic infection. James's honey. I wonder if that'd draw too many flies to it. Of course, you'd think the infection itself would draw flies, but The hoof issues have improved, they just haven't gone away. They're persistent. Being dry has helped quite a bit. That's as close as the sheep are gonna let me get to them today. Our matriarch ewe, the one that always followed me around and would let me pet her, she's been down for a month. She had a difficult delivery. She's not been doing well. So we've got her on antibiotics. She's something during the delivery happened that crippled her back legs. She can't stand up anymore. And so we're hoping maybe after the antibiotics run their course, she'll get enough strength back and she'll be able to stand. But for the last month she's been in here. We pulled as much of the wool off of her as we could so that she's not so hot. But she's in pretty rough shape. You're holding on though. She's got a will to live. Do you have any water in here? No, you knocked your water over. I'll get you some water, baby. So we'll get her a fresh bucket of water. Looks like she needs another flake of hay. She's eating, drinking, has a will to live. She just can't get her back legs underneath her to stand up. So it's been a tough year for us with these sheep and goats. But that's kind of the way this farming thing has gone. Some years are real slick and easy, and some years it feels like you're just chasing one problem after another. All right, I'll check that out. I think the zinc sulfate is supposed to be good for fungal infections as well. And I've also used, before I started the zinc sulfate treatment, I was using scarlet oil, which is good for fungal infections. So we're definitely having less problems than we did when I started. So there has been improvement over the learning curve in the years. But that's kind of the deal here, is you're never done learning. You are a nice looking heifer. These cows are going for sale. I believe they're already sold. Just waiting to hear back from the guy who's buying them on when he's ready to pick them up. I'm hoping it's really soon, because that cow there, yeah, the brown one right there, that beefalo, is ready to have her calf any day now. And I'd really like her to have her calf at his place, not here. But it looks like it's going to be in the next 24 hours or so, because she's filling up with milk and she's getting pretty loose in the back end. And it looks like she's looking for a place to lay down. So might not be so lucky. Sorry, messing with the tripod again. There we go. think instead of climbing over that fence with a bucket of water and a camera, we're gonna go the long way around. Gorgeous evening though. That little calf is so tiny. Oh, I see a deer back there behind the pond just watching me. Yeah, James was out here 2 days ago, yesterday helping with the bees. Did a quick hive inspection. She tried to stand up for a minute, just still can't get those legs underneath her. you go, eat. Eating and drinking. That's what we like to see. She's still fighting. She had problems during her labor. She delivered 2 dead lambs, and something happened during the delivery that kind of messed up her back end, where she can't get her legs underneath her anymore. So she tries to stand up, but it's like her back legs just don't want to work. So I don't know if it's nerve damage. She dislocated a hip or something during the delivery. We've got her on antibiotics now because she had started to get an infection. And then we've tried pulling the wool off of her. Yeah, I'm giving her as many chances as I can. It's the problem when you pick favorites. It's always your favorite animals that you end up having issues with. But, you know, she's still eating. She's still trying to get up. She's still drinking. So we're not giving up on her yet. But it's concerning that it's been a month now that she's been down without standing up, and that's a really long time for a 4-legged animal to be down. We're hoping so. We're gonna keep trying to get her stronger and give her the best chance that we can. 'Cause I'd love to see her out there leading the other ewes around again. That's not a bad idea either. Have my wheelchair ewe. Put some wheels, wagon wheels on her. I wonder if they could Neuralink sheep. Get her some robot legs. No, when we pick up her bottom, her back legs cross. It's like she puts her left back leg down on the right side, and she puts her right back leg down on the left side, and she twists her legs up and just goes right back down. And at this point, it just doesn't seem like she has the strength to hold herself up. So we're trying to get her the infection taken care of, whatever that is. She's got a fever, probably internal in her uterus because it was such a bad delivery. One of the lambs was really, really large, and she was full of blood when we found her. So we've lost 3 ewes this spring, summer to gruesome delivery problems. Really, really big lambs. And I attribute that to us trying to lamb later in the season. And we had them out on pasture on good grass, and we were feeding them really good hay, so the lambs were really well developed. It's almost like they were getting too much nutrition while the lambs were developing, and the lambs got too big before they came in some of the ewes. Other ewes, they were just fine, but some of them had really large lambs this year, and the traumatic deliveries were really hard on a few of them. So something I would consider is maybe not lambing as late in the year as we did this year next year, so that they're not on fresh pasture before the lambs come. I don't know, it's a tough call because then the lambs are being born in the mud before the grass is in, and when it's still cold. So, just trying different things, and some things work better than others. Thank you, thank you. We'll send you guys off with a goodbye from the puppies. They're probably all taking a nap after our adventure. No, I haven't. You guys sleeping? Oh, you're so quiet and tired. Little Red didn't even get up. That's good, we wear you out. This is good. Tired puppies. You guys say goodbye? Good night? Okay. I'm gonna lay back down. Oh, there's still 3 available. So if anybody's interested in a puppy, there's 3 left. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Hope everybody's well and has a good evening. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. C.